Hi guys, so I'm back. I'm going to film the book haul I mentioned in my first video, how I had went on a bit of a binge and bought 24 books. I, however, only spent $50. Yes, $50 on 24 books. There's some books that I'm not going to show just because they are part of a collection I kind of have. I was really big into Mary-Kate and Ashley, so I've collected all of their books, and there were some I'm missing, so those ones I won't be showing, but I did buy those as well. So I'm just going to get into it. I have about 10 minutes to film this video. Hopefully it's not that long. But yeah, so let's get started. So the first book I got was Squeeze Play by Kate Angel. So it looks like that. It sounded pretty interesting. I paid, I think it was $2. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to mention. I ended up going to Lee's and Value Village. That's where I got all of my books today. Just because they have some really great deals, and a lot of the stuff is new or stuff that I wanted to read and didn't get a chance to. But yeah, so obviously this one's about baseball. And I love baseball. My favorite team is the Blue Jays, and I don't live in Toronto. I do live in Ontario. The next book I got was The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. And I think I'm going to do a review on this book. I did just finish reading it. So if you want to know more about that, it'll be in my Review Friday video. Next, I got How to Deal with Sarah Dessen. That is Mandy Moore on the cover. I never actually knew they made a movie out of this book, or there was a movie from this book, but it sounded pretty interesting, so I'm definitely going to give that a read. Now, this one is Once Upon a Prom Dream by Janine Lenai. It's a trilogy. I have the third book. I ended up reading all three. I got the first two from the library when I first bought the third book. But, yeah, so I'm excited to reread the series, or collect the series, really, because that's what I do. The next book I got, I have read before, and it was by far one of my favorite books. It was the quickest read for me, and it was Beastly by Alex Flynn. So they do have the movie on it. I absolutely love the book. I think the movie was good, but the book was always better. But they did a really good job on the differences between the book and the movie. The next book I got, I actually seen one of my YouTubers that I follow had it. I don't exactly remember which one it was. I'm going to have to check. But that is Elixir by Hilary Duff. I didn't actually know she wrote fiction until I seen it on YouTube, and I didn't actually read the back of this book to know what it's about. I just seen it was Hilary Duff, and I had to have it. So I purchased it, but I believe it's a trilogy, so at least this is the first book I can get started. The next one I got was Kissing Snowflakes by Abby Sher. So this is also like Once Upon a Prom. The publisher is Point. Their things always say it there. I love books by Point. I find them always very good, and it's always a good, even some of them are kind of short, so it's a good read. Just a day type thing. I know I read really fast, so. This next one is The Self-Preservation Society by Kate Harris. And what drew me to this book was the top said, "Are you too scared to fall in love?" So it sounds interesting. It sounds like the girl is too scared to just live life, fall in love. But I'm definitely excited to read this one. The next one I got is The Lonely Hearts Club by Elizabeth Elberg. I'm sorry, I just butchered that name, but it looks like this. I actually have read this book. I think I read it when I was in grade 11 or something, somewhere in high school, but I remember it being really good, And so when I seen it for $2, I had to pick it up. I will reread it. The next book I got was The Help by Catherine Stockett. I did watch the movie. The movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. I went and seen it with my sister. We cried at the end. But I'm actually really excited to see what the book has to offer, because if the movie was that good, I can't imagine how amazing the book is going to be. The next book I bought was Burn for Burn by Jenny Han. This is also a trilogy. This is the first book. I'm excited to read it. I love Jenny Han. I currently just read her To All the Boys I Loved Before, which was amazing, and I can't wait for the second one to come out. June 2nd. It's already pre-ordered. But, yeah. So the next one I got was Whistling in the Dark by Leslie Kagan. Now, I've seen this one, and it sounded amazing, so I'm just going to read the back for you quickly. Sally O'Malley made a promise to her daddy before he died. She swore she'd look after her sister True, keep her safe, but like her granny always said, actions speak louder than words, and Sally would have to agree with her. Because during the summer of 1959, the girl's mother is hospitalized, their stepfather abandons them for a six-pack, and their big sister, Nil, who was left strict instructions to take care of them, is too busy making out with her boyfriend to notice that Sally and True are on the loose, and so is a murderer and molester. Highly imaginative Sally is pretty sure of two things: who the killer is, and that she's next on his list. If nobody will believe her, she has no choice but to protect herself and True as best as she can, relying on her own courage and kindness of her neighbors. So that's it, Whistling in the Dark. If you have read it before, let me know in the comments below how it was. I'm definitely going to get to this. I think this is going to be on my December TBR. But for sure, I'm going to read it. The next one I got was The Hunting Grounds by Cliff McNish. And this one looked really creepy. But I definitely wanted to read it. It sounded amazing from the back. I mean, the price was right, so hopefully it'll be as good as it sounds. The next one I got is actually a series, and I have seen the first two movies, but I really wanted to read the whole series, all of the books, and that is The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants by Anne Bashir. But yeah, so I got the first one, which is The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, the second summer of the Sisterhood, Girls in the Pants, the third summer of the Sisterhood, Forever in Blue, the fourth summer of the Sisterhood. And then this is what made me buy the whole trilogy. When I was out, I found Sisterhood Everlasting. And so basically this is when they're turning 30, so it's jumped forward a couple of years, and after I watched the first two movies, so after reading the back of this book, I was like, I need to read all four that have happened before, so that way I will know exactly what to expect when I get to that fourth book. But anyways, I kept it short and sweet. Short for the most part. It's about 9 minutes long. But I'm glad you guys liked it. So give it a thumbs up. Comment below on what you've read, what you think I should read. I personally love books I can relate to. I've read Twilight. I've read part of the Vampire Diaries. I kind of stopped after, I think, the fourth book because, to me, it kind of got a little silly. But let me know what should be read and what's new out there and what you guys like to read. Okay, thanks. Bye.